Hello, and welcome to another video. It's a little windy out here today, so I'm going to try to speak a little louder. Update on my little area here. As you can tell, there's something forming here. I'm going to make a little altar for us to enjoy. The statuette should be here within the next few days. On that, I don't know if I'll be able to use incense on it because of the location and that it goes like a month or two without it raining up here, so I wouldn't want to start a fire. But other than that, yeah, I'm going to have an altar here and do my offerings every morning. But off of that, today's video is about the 3 schools of Buddhism, their differences, what they agree on, and then what I personally take from each school. So there is Theravada, there is Mahayana, and Vajrayana. The first one on my little cheat sheet here, as I keep looking at, it's called Theravada. It is the oldest surviving school of Buddhism, prevalent in Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. It emphasizes the original teachings of the Gautama Buddha as recorded in the Pali Canon and focuses on ethical conduct, monastic discipline, and self-liberation through meditation. To achieve enlightenment, the path to liberation in Theravada involves cultivating wisdom and discipline with the idea of being a monastic life, though lay practice is also central. Their core practices, as I read in the description, the Pali Canon, that's going to be mentioned quite a bit throughout all these practices. It's a collection of texts believed to contain the earliest surviving records of the Buddha's teachings as its principal teachings. Self-effort. The path to enlightenment is one of self-discipline and personal effort, focusing on the individual's responsibility for their own happiness. Meditation. Both concentration and insight meditation are vital to cultivate wisdom and awareness. Monasticism. A disciplined monastic life is considered the ideal path for achieving liberation, though lay followers also participate in the practice. The Arhat ideal. The spiritual model is that the Arhat, or worthy one, who attain nirvana and achieve personal liberation, which is the ultimate spiritual goal. As you can tell, Theravada being the oldest one, and them being the ones that try to stick true to the original principles. It is the strictest one. As you heard, it's emphasizing monastic lifestyle. It says lay people are allowed, but it emphasizes monastics the way to go. So moving on to the second school, Mahayana, a major branch of Buddhism known as the Great Vehicle. Its primarily focus is the Bodhisattva ideal, where one delays final enlightenment to help all beings achieve it, and it emphasizes wisdom and compassion. Prominent in East Asia, it encompasses various schools like Zen, Pure Land, and Tibetan Buddhism, which is also Vajrayana, and recognizes additional scriptures beyond early Buddhist texts. The core principles and practices. Bodhisattva ideal. The central concept of Bodhisattva, an awakened being who postpones their own nirvana to help all sentient beings achieve enlightenment, like all the reincarnated monks. Paramitas. Bodhisattvas practice the paramitas, or perfections, which include generosity, discipline, patience, effort, meditation, and wisdom. Universalism teaches that all beings have the potential to become Buddhas, and emphasizes that liberation of oneself is tied to liberate all beings. compassion, and wisdom. The path to awakening involves cultivating both wisdom, prajna, and compassion, karuna, as well as practices like accumulating merit or karma through prayer, chanting, and memorizing sutras. As you can tell, that one, Mahayana, is a little bit less strict. It goes with less from, I'm doing this for myself, to, I want to help everybody. I want to make sure everybody reaches this stage of enlightenment, no matter how many lifetimes it takes. Vajrayana, which is the last one, is the diamond vehicle, is an esoteric branch of Mahayana Buddhism, prominent in Tibetan Buddhism, that offers an accelerated path to enlightenment using advanced techniques like mantras, mandalas, mudras, and deity visualizations to transform ordinary experience into spiritual realizations, emphasizing a strong connection with a qualified teacher or guru for guidance and initiation. It builds on Mahayana philosophy, emptiness, and compassion, but employs tantric rituals and practices to achieve swift transformation, potentially within a single lifetime. Their core principles and practices: rapid enlightenment. Aims to achieve Buddhahood faster than gradual paths of Theravada and early Mahayana. Buddha nature. Believes all beings already possess the potential for enlightenment, which Vajrayana methods help uncover. Transformation. Engages with emotions and experiences, using them as fuel for spiritual growth rather than just detaching from them. Deity yoga. Visualizing oneself as a deity, yadam, to embody enlightenment qualities. Mantras. Chanting sacred syllables to focus the mind and invoke energies. Mandalas. Symbolic diagrams used for meditation and representing cosmic realms. Mudras, symbols and hand gestures. Guru yoga, devotion and connection to spiritual teachers for transmission of blessing and wisdom. Okay, that's a lot to take in on all three in a short time. As you can tell, they have their differences, they have their similarities, and you wonder, do they get along? Most religions, which Buddhism is a philosophy, but most religions argue with each other. We are right, you're wrong. Our God is our God. Our Savior is our Savior. Buddhism doesn't do that. They pretty much go, we respect your teachings. This is how we find enlightenment, but we respect what you do. And a lot of Buddhists nowadays, they blend them, like myself. There are certain things from each one I grab from. And I would say, if you want to pick a specific branch of Buddhism to follow, then go for it. But I would say grabbing from each branch is helpful. Even combining other religions into Buddhism, it's also really helpful. Every religion out there has something good. So now I'm going to go upon what they agree upon, because like I said, they don't argue. They just recognize each other. They agree in the Buddha, respect for Siddhartha Gautama as the awakened one who discovered the path. They agree on the Four Noble Truths. Life involves suffering, dukkha, caused by craving, attachment, which can end. The Noble Eightfold Path. Practical guide to liberation, right understanding, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Karma and rebirth. Actions have consequences leading to cycles of rebirth, samsara. Impermanence. Everything is constantly changing. No self, anatta. There is no permanent, unchanging soul or self. The middle way. Avoiding extremes of indulgence or severe aestheticism. Dependent origination. All phenomena arises in dependence on causes and conditions. And then the three trainings. Trisiksa, Sila, which is ethics, Samadhi, which is meditation, and Prajna, which is wisdom. And the basics are also what I started going over here, being the Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the 5 ethics and all that. So that's why I wanted to start with the basics before I moved into the advanced stuff, because then that's where I start blending things. But personally, what I take from each one, I also have listed as well. I do believe in both self-effort and bodhisattva ideal. That is a mouthful of a word, and I apologize if I am not saying these Pali words correctly. I believe we need to better ourselves before we can truly help others. As it's in the original Buddhism, they want you to do everything through self-effort. So I take that and look at it as, I need to better myself. I need to love myself. So as soon as I reach that form where I could respect myself, I could respect others and help them not really reach enlightenment, because that would feel like being pushy on a normal person, but helping them better themselves. As I'm teaching y'all, I'm helping you reach enlightenment, but to a normal friend or stranger, you're just helping them better themselves. So, better yourself and then help them better themselves. Meditation. I use several forms of meditation. Well, it's Buddhist. I've even messed with a little bit of shaman meditation, which I might try to find that one and do it with y'all. It's a cool guided meditation where you find your spirit animal. But I focus on several meditations because I feel like focusing on just one will limit me. So I bounce around. The paramitas. I believe everybody in every religion or belief, or even just a normal person, should practice the paramitas. Practice generosity, discipline, patience, effort, meditation, and wisdom. That is a good way to get through everyday life. Just being able to take in a deep breath and be like, this person upset me. This is why it upset me. This is how I can keep it from upsetting me again. It's just a simple 10-second moment that you could take to understand that moment. Universalism. I like the thought that we all have the potential to reach Buddhahood. It's a good goal. As they say, don't make it your main goal, because then you will get hooked on being, I need to reach that point. Make it an end goal. I will eventually reach Buddhahood. It could be in this lifetime, like they say for the Vajrayana, or it could be in several lifetimes. I like the thought that eventually we could reach that point. Compassion and wisdom. That is another thing I do believe that we all need to use. No matter what you follow, being compassionate to everybody just makes the world a better place. And then being wise at the same time about everything just tops it even more. Transformation, as it brought up in the Mahayana, I do believe that we should take our past problems as I told you in my first video, I'm a felon. And I need to take what I did there that messed up my life to that point and be like, I can't do this again. If I just take it and be like, I'm detached, throw it away, then it could lead to not me personally forgetting, but if you take something that did a massive change in your life like that and just go detached, then you could forget, and you could accidentally, without the right practices, go down that path again, and as they call it in therapeutic terms, relapse. So I believe we should take that, not hold on to it, but just put it right here and just know that this is what I did. I will not do it again, and I will not forget what I did. I will learn from this. Guru yoga, I do want to find a teacher one day. Not in the same way they describe it, where it's let me go to my description of the guru. It's in one of these pages. Guru. Transmission of blessings and wisdom. I'd probably take them more for their wisdom, but being blessed by a guru would be nice. But more, I want to go find a guru for more wisdom, because like all this is, I knew most of it, but I used Google AI to just put it down for me. But I would like to go to a guru to hear them talk about it, so I can intake it more than just the internet or YouTube or podcasts. I would like to hear from a physical teacher. Yoga. Now, I'm not talking about the yoga it was talking about. I'm talking about actual yoga practices, like the movements. That is Hindu. It did get blended into Buddhism, but I do use yoga for health and to focus your mind. Because the way I do yoga, I hold each pose for a certain amount of breaths, and in a way that is meditation, and it focuses your mind. So you hold a move and be like, my basic is 10 breaths. So you got to count to 10, and then you can move to another pose. But that's what I use. You can take what you want from each aspect and add it to it. There's no wrong way to study it. I'm going to do a little short meditation. As I said, it's a good way to intake all the information, since all that coming at you at once without you pausing the video, writing it down, it's just kind of like blah. But I'm going to do a quick, I don't know how long this meditation will be, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to start with the cleansing breaths, because that's my personal go-to. So I'm not going to count it out this time. I'll just give you a few extra seconds after I'm done doing my cleansing breaths to catch up. And then I will say, keep your eyes closed, and we'll start into it. And we'll see where this freestyle meditation goes. So, cleansing breaths, close your eyes, and leave them closed through it. And take in the wind that is blowing into the microphone. Alright. So we're starting cleansing breaths now. All right, now leave your eyes closed as we start this meditation. Focus on everything we've talked about today. Focus on the three schools: Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. And think of the aspects of each school that you would want to take with you and explore more. As we have in Theravada, the original texts, we have the self-effort, we have meditation, we have the monastic life, and then we have the Arhat ideal. Take those and look into them, and you can make them part of your life. We then have Mahayana with their principles, the Bodhisattva, the Paramitas, universalism, compassion, and wisdom. Do you want to take what you learned and help others around you? Do you believe that you should stay on this earth longer to continue to help people past this lifetime? Then we have the final one, Vajrayana, with rapid enlightenment, Buddha nature, transformation, deity yoga, mantras, mandalas, mudras, and guru yoga. Do you believe you could reach Buddhahood faster? Do you also believe everybody has the chance to reach this enlightened state? Like Jesus, perhaps? Like any of the prophets? Do you believe in transformation and not grasping to your old problems, but keeping them next to you as a reminder? Do you believe in deity yoga, where you visualize yourself as a deity to help embody enlightened qualities? Do you want to practice mantras? Do you want to do the hand symbols and gestures? Take everything you've heard today and just let it become a part of you. And then sort out which school you want to follow or which aspects you want to combine. The path to enlightening yourself or bettering yourself is not a wrong one. There is no wrong path to bettering yourself. Take all that and encompass it inside of you. Now return to yourselves and slowly open your eyes. Now I hope my video helped you out on the very basics of each path, which I take a little bit from each path, as I told you, as I go along the way of teaching. Like I said, there is no right or wrong way to do this path, as long as you continue to better yourself, and for me personally, to help others. This video came out more instructional than I wanted it to, but as I said, a lot of this stuff I do know. It's just, I've also said this in other videos, putting it to paper and reading it makes it sound a lot smoother than me having to sit there and pause, because I don't really like to do too many edits, because I want these videos to be more personal. But I hope you continue to watch my videos. I hope what I've shown you helps. And as always, better yourself, better always, better others, love yourself, love others, just live a happy life. Namaste. I will see you next time.